I have just had my message inbox absolutely flooded with people desperately looking for insight as to how this total lunar eclipse full moon in Virgo is going to manifest in their life. So I wanted to share some tips with you. Hi, my name is Katie. I'm a Western tropical sacred astrologer and spiritual life coach, and you can work with me at elevatedaura.com. Now, if you don't know which area of your natal chart, which area of your life is ruled by Virgo, the first thing that you want to do, unless you want to book a reading with me, is go find a free natal chart generator online. There's a whole bunch of them. I really love AstroSeek is great. You want to input your birth data, birth date, exact birth time, birth location. The birth time is going to be really important because that's going to determine your rising sign, the ruler of your first house. If you don't know your exact birth time, you really do want to figure that out because that's really going to not necessarily affect which planets are in which house, but it's going to affect which house or which planet is ruling which house. And that really does make a big difference. We want to know, do you have a more extroverted chart? Are you more introverted, private life? Like all of these things matter. So you want to find out which house is ruled by Virgo for you specifically in your natal chart. And then you want to figure out, look at that house. What area of your life is ruled by that house by Virgo energy? And once you look at that, look back at what was going on in your life around September 2nd, 2024. That's when we had the new moon in Virgo. That's somewhat connected to this full moon in Virgo. And I'm not really going to get into the nitty gritty, but when we have a total lunar eclipse or even partial lunar eclipses, whenever we have a lunar eclipse, sometimes the energy gets a little bit more chaotic and scattered. It's not necessarily just connected to the new moon, it's also connected to the past. So for this particular Virgo full moon, look back at what was going on in that area of your life ruled specifically by Virgo by looking at pictures, text messages, social media posts, emails. Just if you have a journal, even better, really trying to figure out where your focus was around September 2nd, 2024, because it's possible that more things of wherever you were focused your energy are about to manifest now. Now, if you are somebody who is experiencing an ending, closures, things falling apart around this time, and it doesn't necessarily match up to what was going on in your life around September 2nd, 2024, I want you to also look back, think back if you can, what was going on in your life between March 2006 and I forget the month, but essentially 2006 to 2008. And I do have the exact dates on the Elevated Aura blog, and I have posts on TikTok and Instagram outlining all this information as well. But look back, what was going on in the area of your life, again, ruled by Virgo, between 2006 and 2008. We had a Virgo lunar eclipse on this exact same Saros series 1, 2, 3. So more of the same is very, very, very likely to happen again for you. Additionally, the last time that we had eclipses on this Pisces-Virgo axis was between 2015 and 2017. So again, think back, what was going on in your life, in that area of your life or your chart ruled by Virgo? Because again, more of that flavoring is likely to bubble up. And like I said, I've included all of this on the Elevated Aura blog and in social media posts so that you can just quickly reference these dates as you're looking back at social media posts or emails or text messages, however you can navigate looking at the past. This is really going to be the best insight for you. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions about how to read your chart or how to get a free chart, or if you want to schedule a reading with me and really bog down into the details of what could possibly be happening around this time for you, you can schedule that at elevatedaura.com. And if you're not ready for a full-on reading, I do have really, really, really awesome, helpful, personalized reports that you can pick up for just like 10, 15, 20 bucks. They're incredibly helpful. I have solar return reports, which is essentially a birthday forecast. And then I also have really awesome transit forecasts that will specifically look at, let's say, this eclipse and how it's going to manifest for you over the next 6 months or 12 months, which can be extremely helpful because remember, eclipse energy, unlike a full moon that lasts maybe a couple days after, a couple days before the actual full moon, this eclipse energy has been active for at least a month prior to this eclipse is going to happen, and it's going to remain active for 6 months afterward. So again, if you don't necessarily feel something happen immediately, that doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It just means that it's slowly happening. It's slowly happening for you, maybe compared to other people. We also have Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So this might be a little bit bumpy. It might be a little bit of a trickster experience, but if you can remember to take a deep breath, if you can remember that the universe really does have your back and it's trying to push you, maybe quantum leap you in the direction that you're supposed to be headed, then I think we can all just take that deep breath that we need sometimes when things get really heavy and it feels very out of control. I know me personally, my anxiety spirals out of control when I feel absolutely no control. So again, taking a moment to just breathe and remind yourself you're safe is going to be absolutely crucial. Again, if you need anything, you want to book a reading with me, all of that is at elevatedaura.com.